What's up, guys? Welcome back to yet another Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm your host, KJ Romero. Today we're going to be doing something a little different than we usually do. Instead of a tech tip to work on your bike, it's going to be more of a tip that you can work on as a rider. So people go back and forth about clips versus flats, and that's not what this video is about. It's more of, should you be riding your flat pedals when you practice? I was having a conversation the other day with one of the local riders out at the track, and we were talking about the benefits of flats versus clips, and I thought it would be cool to make a video kind of talking about my experience and my opinion while riding flats and then transitioning into clips right before a race. So, do I think you should be riding flats in practice? I think 100% yes, you should be practicing on flats before a big race. And my theory behind it, again, speaking from personal experience, if you can do it on flat pedals, you can do it 2 times better on clip pedals. Not to mention being more stable on the bike, as well as being more comfortable on the bike. And I remember when I was riding flats every night, I was trying to go out to practice and I was trying to win every single time that I got on that gate. I would look over and I would think to myself, I have to beat them. And I was putting a ton of pressure on myself. And when I put on the flat pedals, that pressure kind of goes away because I know I'm not gonna beat them. And I honestly try harder when I'm on flats. Also, when you throw on the flat pedals and you go out to the track and you're just getting beat, it really is like an ego reset because you're just getting hammered on. And once you keep doing it, you don't put that stress on yourself to do good every practice, to beat that person. And honestly, I think that can be really beneficial because why did you start BMX in the first place? I know I started because it was fun. Winning was cool, but I just like to go out there, see my friends, hang out, ride the track, do different lines, because that's what BMX is all about. I know there's the Olympic hype and you want to be number one and all that, but honestly, think about it. If you ride flat pedals in the off season and you're having fun with your friends, especially if they're riding flat pedals with you, you guys have fun, you learn so much more, and then when the season starts, you jump back onto the clip pedals, you ride better, you're smoother, you're winning, and you're just having so much fun because all of those boxes are being checked. And honestly, who doesn't like to win? But in order to win, you have to feel good on the bike, you have to be comfortable, you have to be strong physically and mentally. And I 100% believe riding flats at least 50% of the time in practice, it will make you better as a rider. So a few years ago, I took about 10 months off of the bike. And when I say 10 months, I mean, I didn't even look at my bike for 10 months. It just sat in my shed and it just collected dust. And I actually was relocated up to Rock Hill for work, to work in Charlotte. And with the track being so close to where I was living, I thought I would dust off the bike and I would go out to the track. Of course, I jumped into it pretty slow. I just rode flat pedals for a few weeks. And then once I was feeling like I was getting back into the flow of things, I stepped it up a notch and I was hitting it hard for probably a month and a half on flat pedals. And once I felt like I was really comfortable on the bike, I threw on my clip pedals, went out to the track, and I can honestly say that it felt like I didn't even take that 10-month break. I felt so comfortable on the bike. I felt super strong. I felt smooth. And I was beating guys that I didn't even think that I could beat. And because I felt so good on the bike, I figured it was time to jump back into racing. So I rode and trained for about another month, and then I decided I was gonna reclass down to A Pro, and I was actually gonna go to a national and race a race just to go out there and have fun. Why not? And it was just a smaller indoor track in Louisville. Usually I'm not very good on these super tight tracks, so I wasn't really expecting much, but I honestly surprised myself. I was having really good gaits, I was pulling down the first straight, and I was just overall riding the track really well. I can't remember both of my results, but I do remember that I won the second day. And once I left that race, my confidence was so high and I just knew I wanted to get back into racing, get back into the swing of things, and hit it really hard moving forward. And I do believe I was riding so well and I was going so fast because I rode flat pedals. If you guys don't believe me, I challenge you to ride flat pedals for 2 weeks straight, bare minimum, and then transfer back onto clips. I guarantee that you will feel way better than you did before you got onto flats in the first place. So that's it on this video. Thank you guys for stopping in and hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you should practice on flats, if you should just ride clips all the time, or even if you think you should ride flat pedals all the time. Drop them in the comments below because I would like to read your opinions on this subject. Again, thank you guys for stopping in and hanging out with me. I'll see you next week. I gotta pee, I gotta pee, I gotta pee, I gotta pee. See you later.